What is good, YouTube? This is OWS The King for OWS The King Gaming, your hub for casual gaming. Uncle OWS The King Gaming Impressions Podcast. Welcome to another episode. We are back after a little 3-week cool down from the last episode where I talked about my backlog games that I wanted to hit in 2026 and which consoles I've been straight up just ignoring. And so just y'all know that this podcast is never going to be a weekly thing. I like to stack up the news and gather up topics that I care about and then drop them once in just one clean, focused episode. So make sure you go back to that one because that one was that was a real fun podcast to do. I love talking about backlog gaming. I love talking about games that I've purchased and put on the shelf and just now starting to get to and enjoy. So make sure you go check that one out. Check out all the past podcasts. Drop a comment in there and then come back for this one. Make sure you go check out that January backlog ranking video. I'm trying to make this a every month thing. I'm hoping I can make this a every month thing to have enough games to come in the next month. I have already written down what I wanted to say about the games that I played in February, and that will be coming up here in March. So, or we got a couple more days. We might can get that done and over because I'm pretty much done. I'm wrapping up a couple other games. I've been knee deep in Proteus. I talked heavy about playing Proteus in January and enjoying that Doom shooter very much. So, and make sure y'all checking out the gameplays. I tell everybody that when it comes to me, I'm very transparent with my gaming. Any game that I play, I record and I put on the channel, whether it's me getting cooked, whether it's me getting lost in games, I post it all, man. So check out everything. There's a variety of things. I've really been hitting the soccer gameplays very hard and stuff. Soccer has been a sports game that I never really dabbled into when I was younger, but I wanted to gather up a lot of soccer games and learn more and enjoy watching some of the teams and just learning the whole foundation of soccer gaming like FIFA and Pro Evolution, International Superstars. It was some great soccer games that came out for Sega. So it's been kind of cool to just do the same thing that I would do with my basketball, going back to the roots and playing some of the older games. I'm doing that now for soccer. So check those out, man. If you guys are into soccer, it's pretty cool. So a few things today we're going to talk about. We are going to talk about, and I've said that I'm always behind on current news. You're not going to get the day of news from me. I like to gather up things and then talk about them later, get my thoughts of them and let them marinate. A lot of people like to push news right then and there, things that happen, and just don't consider myself a news channel. So we'll just pick out little bits of things that have to do with gaming and other pop culture topics and things of that nature. So we'll talk about the state of play that happened a few days ago. We'll talk about what I liked about it, what certain games interested me, and what were highlights of the state of play, in my opinion. And then we're going to talk about some God of War news that's coming out. We'll actually put that into its own segment. God of War is one of my favorite series of games. Mostly I would say first 3 for sure. The PSP games go hard too. I enjoy those. Even it was kind of like the prequel, the Origins. I forget the original name of that God of War. I don't know. I got an old man brain right now. So, but that one, and then the 2014 God of War, which I didn't think I would like, but I ended up playing that a couple years back, and that was story-wise, that was one of the best God of Wars that I ever played. But you still can't beat the God of War 3. God of War 3 is probably one of my favorite games of all time. So we'll be talking about that. What did I say? State of play. I said God of War talk. And so, and we'll talk about this before we get to the state of play talk. Is the channel has officially hit 500 subs. So started on this and had the idea of doing a channel in 2023. Had this channel for the longest. I would because YouTube is one of my number one things I use for media. I think I watch YouTube more than I watch any other streaming service, or like I don't watch Netflix. I don't watch Peacock. I barely watch any of those other streaming services. I pretty much use YouTube for my everyday media viewing. And I had the channel for a long time, and I watched a video of this guy, and I was watching this YouTube channel called Unnecessary Rambling, and the guy Brandon, he was talking about I'll go on this little tangent or whatever. He was talking about him just putting up a phone and using his phone to do his videos. And I was like, because in my mind, I always felt like, oh, I got to go buy this camera and I got to learn how to work the camera and things of that nature. I didn't really want to do it. And then I just bought at the time, I bought one of my daughters. She just graduated at the time. And I bought her a pricey camera because she wanted to do professional photography. So got her this big pricey camera, digital camera. And at one point she wasn't even using it. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I could have used that shit for myself. And then I really started to like, oh, well, maybe I can do a channel about one of the things that I'm passionate about. And that was, at the time, it was making beats. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll do a little bit of making beats on the channel, and I'll do some barbecue cooking type of stuff because I'm into smoking, I'm into cooking, barbecue, and things of that nature. But I was like, well, if I can't find alternatives, well, then with the whole unnecessary rambling thing is that dude, Brandon, he talks about gaming and you can tell that he loves it. You can tell that he really loves video games. And that always resonates with me, listening to people talk about video games that has no agenda behind it. And you can see that his community is a lot smaller than others for that reason. Unfortunately, that you can see that man could probably be up in hundreds of thousands of subscribers. His knowledge for the topic of video games and how passionate he is shows on the screen. So you definitely can respect it. I always give respect when respect due. And I just outright asked him a question. I was like, I can't remember for the life of me what I asked, but it was something in the lines of starting your own channel. And he was like, just do it. He was supported and he would check on it and things. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm getting old. I had some, this new downtime with myself, with my majority of my kids are older. And I was like, let's do something for me. Let's do something that, other than me losing a shit ton of weight at that time, I got real jacked. And I was proud of that. But I was like, let me try this and let me make it into an alternative. And we went from 10 subscribers to 500. I don't know why I had subscribers in the first place. It was possibly somebody that I was going back and forth with on somebody's channel, and fucking idiot, they subscribed to it just in case if I had any videos, they would probably hate on it. So, but I've been around YouTube for a long time, probably when YouTube was really very entertaining in the gaming space. And so I just wanted to throw my hat in. I still said in that first video that I made, I don't know what this channel is going to be. And I still don't know. I'm such a variety of shit, man. I love putting my gameplays out there. And then when I'm feeling froggy, I like to get on the mic and talk my shit and do it that way. But it's been 500 subs for anybody that checks out, whether it's briefly or just wanted to support it, or you get a lot of subscribers that aren't shown. That I don't understand. That's very odd that people don't show. But then I look at my analytics and they say, well, your majority of my subscribers, not all of them, but it's a high percentage of people that watch on TV. So, which is fine with me. I love that. My content, I know for sure, whether I don't know what my channel is the main goal of my channel is, I know that my channel is mainly pushed for people that sit down on the couch and watch the shit. I don't make content really for people that sits on their phone. I really don't, because a lot of my videos are long based. A lot of my videos are hours. Some of my videos are 2 hours. Some of my videos are 40 minutes, 30 minutes. So I have a lot of long form videos. I don't do a lot of shorts. I put them out there sometimes. I'll do a batch of them, then throw them out there. But I really don't do shorts like that. So my thing is just like how I entertain. How I use YouTube for my entertainment is mostly is like if I'm home, sometimes when I'm home in the mornings, I'll get my coffee, I'll sit down and I'll watch some YouTube, man. I'll sit down and watch some YouTube on the TV. And when I'm laying down, I'll pop on YouTube and put on a playlist of gameplays or videos or somebody's reviews and things of that nature. That's how I use YouTube. So rarely I use it unless when I'm on the road and I'm driving, I'll throw YouTube on in my headphones and then I'll listen while I'm driving. But most of the time when I watch through my TV. So that's kind of what I see my channel is for the person that watches gameplays, reviews, things of that nature on their TV. Now, a podcast is one thing on another. You want to listen to that in your car. You want to do that, but I always put B-roll into this stuff, so there's something there. So it's just not like a one still, my goofy ass face or something like that, and then just me talking. I don't think that makes for good TV, but. So I just made this a whole damn thing. But what I was saying was 500 subs is cool. That is a nice goal. I give myself a self pat on the back for that. It's a lot of people that's been doing this longer than me that I've seen that don't even have that much. So that definitely made me happy. So that is cool. So hopefully for 500 more, it don't take a whole year, but you just never know. That goal I wanted to reach by the end of 2025, and it ended up in February 2026. So it means a lot. My mission with this channel isn't to chase the biggest numbers. It's to build the community of like-minded gamers who love this hobby as much as I do. So modern games, retro games, hidden gems, all of it. I've been playing video games for over 40 years and that's never going to stop. So this channel is always going to be a little bit of everything. Some gameplays, you're going to get some unboxings, some talking head videos, some faceless commentary, reviews, rankings, whatever fits my moment, we're going to do it here. So if you've been holding it down for a while, if you're a regular, much respect. Would like some more engagement, but like I said, a lot of people are watching them from the TV. So who texts from their TV? I know it's a way to do it, but who does that? So it's cool. It's all good. State of play. We'll talk about the state of play. We're going to talk about the God of War tease. But before we get to that, It's just a little thing that's not video game based. So if you want to skip ahead, you can. I know I say this every podcast. I'm going to work better on putting timestamps on this shit. I understand, because I've said this to a person that asked for timestamps and shit before. I said, quit being so fucking lazy. This wasn't on one of my videos. It was somebody else's video. They was demanding timestamps. And first of all, you don't demand shit. Don't try to dictate other people's channels. But I understand that timestamps are almost like a YouTube luxury, because you don't get it all the time, and it's helpful when you do. So I definitely understand that a lot of people want to get to certain parts of the video and don't want to watch the whole thing. I would prefer that everybody watch the whole thing, or you can just split it up and go from, if you want to skip the intro and then go to the main part that I'm talking about, state of play, that's fine. And then want to come back and listen to the rest of the stuff, then I get that too. But so I'll definitely will do better. But what I want to talk about is not video game based at all. And usually every podcast you'll get one of these that I could go off the beaten path. But this weird debate from these youngins, and I'm going old man OWS, real Uncle OWS right now. And it was a quote, and this is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about rapper Lil Russell. Lil Russell is been on this trending topic lately, and he gotten his name out there big time for a comment that he made about Lil Wayne. And this past couple of years, the high disrespect for what Lil Wayne did for hip hop, for rap, is crazy. And I think it's really coming from the younger demographic, the ignorant demographic. And I'm gonna try to not be super old man and just bash everybody young and say that I know what I'm talking about and you're stupid. I'm not gonna do that, because a lot of young people actually do that. We know what we're talking about, and you're old, you don't know shit. But this was a weird thing coming from Lil Russell, because honestly, I got put on from him from one of my favorite producers, DJ Fresh. That's how I knew of Lil Russell at first, and listen to some of his music and stuff. That he's definitely not in Lil Wayne tier, Kendrick Lamar tier, whatever tier. I should have said Drake tier, Kendrick Lamar, because Drake is not above Kendrick Lamar by no means. That'll be another discussion of rankings and who I think is better. But the amount of disrespect and the quote that he said just was crazy to me. That it made me feel like it was for this reason, for this massive debate all of a sudden. And I get opinions are opinions. I get it. But in this day and age, a lot of people's opinions aren't their own. A lot of them is for, how you kids call it, triggering. And sometimes y'all just be saying shit just to say it and don't give a fuck. Like the internet basically almost recommend this. It's to say the dumbest shit just to get attention. And so I want to get his quote right, so I don't say nothing wrong. The problem wasn't with, I don't know if it was what he said, because you can now just brush that off with this nigga just talking out his ass, while it probably still would have got more attention. But it was like Eric being so arrogant and downplaying what Lil Wayne did. And I'm not even the biggest Lil Wayne, I ain't no Lil Wayne stan or nothing, but I have common sense. And I was there when he went, 2005 all the way to 2015, just went on an excursion and really was up there with the top guys. Your Kanye West, your Jay-Z's, your Jeezys, your T.I.s. He was, a lot of people, you can notice that a lot of people changed up. They style, the way that their music, all that shit, they changed up because of what Wayne was doing. But I want to get to the quote. Hold on one second. Well, he said He addressed growing up that coming to a conclusion that Lil Wayne didn't have lyrical substance most of the time. Now, I really don't want to start going bar for bar of some of the things that a lot of Wayne's songs, but what he said is, I had a moment in my journey when I hate when motherfuckers do this shit. I really do. It's so goofy and clown shit. I had a moment in my journey where I grew a disdain for Wayne. Who the fuck are you talking to? You on a fucking podcast with some people that just want to talk about hip hop. I had a moment in my journey and I grew a disdain for, get the fuck. And so he said, just because I started listening to everything, I started maturing as a human. Damn, this nigga wasn't talking about nothing for a long time. As someone who grew up in these communities and grew up with the homies who I seen want to be Bloods because they following Wayne and want to be gangsters and want to shoot. All the gun bars I've seen negative that he contributed to the community, and I have to look at what are songs where he really talked about something and gave. Okay, so what are we talking about here? This seems like another he didn't do nothing for the community rant. But with that being said, this has a little backing into it, does it not? He just signed with Jay-Z Rock Nation. You gotta get your name out there, because very little people know who Lil Russell is. So Wayne had to follow him, but that involved gang violence? I do not think so. He pushed that, Wayne did. Whether we was talking about it or whatever and shit, he was the benchmark of gang violence. He wasn't listening as a kid, like he said. Out of 1,000 song catalog, it's Minute on this end. Man, Tie My Hands, one of the greatest records ever. If I hug you once, but I slap the shit out of you 1,000 times, your affinity for me, you're probably going to remember me for this. As I mature, a lot of my old favorite artists, I am now like, damn, I love you because I learned how to rap from you. But when you look at the contributions, it's like, man, what contributions are you talking about? Because I guarantee you, people back then, they appreciated Wayne on a lyrical front. As the rumor, or not even necessarily the rumor, but talks of that Drake wrote some of his shit. And who else was it? He had a couple other ghostwriters that was actually on his team. Was it J Mills? What's that? What's Peter Gunn's son name? I forgot. But what do you? So then you get the Discord, and that just fueled the fire, because then you get the youngins, the internet faceless talk of just, oh, he's always been trash. And that's basically what he was saying here, that going to further review that Lil Wayne music was shit. Unfortunately, you can't discredit what Wayne did, man. You can't do it. Said, I ain't the biggest Wayne fan because I used to listen to a lot of different shit back then. My ears was to a lot of other rappers, but this is crazy when I saw this stuff. It was really crazy. And it's so funny and actually a bit of a walking contradiction from Lil Russell, because I remember one of his songs, and in the verse he says, in the podcast with my name in your mouth, what's that all about? And he doing the same damn thing. And bro, it's not about he's never going to push numbers and do what Wayne did. So who's he going to blame then? When Rock Nation, you got to talk about this. When they start controlling what he actually writes, if he comes out with anything at all, because you go down the route of Rock Nation, Aftermath and things like that, you most likely you ain't coming out, you ain't dropping shit. Look how long Jay Electronica was put on the show. And then when he finally made an album stuff, he was a joint album with Jay-Z. And I guarantee you, the ones that's backing Lil Russell with this shit, all the so-called fans, they ain't gonna fuck with his shit. They got TikTok brain. Unfortunately, he in the era where you got to do what Wayne did. Wayne is the one that pushed out content, because he learned probably from Baby and them, and even Master P, that you got to keep on feeding the streets. Lil Russell, why he trying to be all philosophical and all this other shit, he ain't got that in him. I guarantee you that he don't have that in him. Wayne was a different breed, man. And you could see the upskirt of when 98, 99, when the Hot Boys was a thing. You had BG, you had Juvie, which Juvie was the man. You had BG, he was lyrical. Then you had Turk, and he was doing his thing. Y'all give Turk his flowers, man. Stop shitting on Turk. And then you had Wayne that was like standout. You could tell he gonna be next up. You could tell. And then he just went up. Then he started doing the Carters, and then it skyrocketed. Man, fuck out of here, dude. And this whole Spark Gangsters and all this other shit, I don't know what the fuck he talking about. He pulled that bullshit out of his ass. Cause that ain't no different what motherfuckers now saying. West Side Gun and all them. Or if you want to go the other way and shit, the motherfucking Suicide Boys or whatever and shit like that bullshit. Shit, fucking Jid, as lyrical as he is, he talk about slapping some motherfuckers up and shit. What do you want? That whole, what I do because I'm influenced by this. I'm influenced by music. I'm influenced by video games. I act this way and shit. It's such a cop out. It's such a fucking cop out. Wayne didn't do that shit. Get the fuck out of here, man. That dude tripping. Hold up, man. And then you see the goofy shit. And that's when you gotta turn off the internet, because like I said, motherfuckers will say anything and every damn thing and don't know what the fuck they talking about. And all it takes is a simple research. You don't even have to, right at your fingertips. You on your goddamn phone. These YNs, these young niggas and shit, they don't care. They just almost say something stupid because I just want to say it. Block is hot. First album, platinum. That means over 1 million sold. Lights Out, gold. That was his second release. I don't think with Lights Out, whatever issue was, they was going through like transition, and that one, it wasn't pushed as much. And I don't think they had that single. So he was still trying to figure that stuff out. Block is Hot had the single, The Block is Hot. And I remember that as clear as day. That one was on MTV. That was on BET. They were playing that shit on jukebox. Remember the jukebox? That was the first when you called and you ordered a music video. Yeah, and some of y'all motherfuckers don't remember that shit. That's classic shit. Oh my God. My brain just, nostalgia gland just hit and it just flushed me down my back. Jukebox. That was the shit. Just somebody just keep on ordering for the love of money and stuff, and that's all they played. They played that shit all goddamn day. We gotta monetize this somehow, man. That shit come on 30 times in a row. It's a classic song, but goddamn, it's a classic music video too, for the love of money. Shout out to Bone. Then he did 500 Degrees, which I don't know much of the singles, but I always remember Where You At. There's a track on there that's called Where They At. And he went off on that fucking track, man. And I was like, that's it. He gonna do it, man. And then you got the Carter that went 2 times platinum. Then the Carter 2, then that was 2 times platinum. Like Father Like Son, where that was a joint album with Baby. But there's some dope ass songs on there. I love the album. That went gold. The Carter 3, 8 times platinum, man. What the fuck is Russell talking about? The amount of disrespect that shit came out his fuckhole was nuts. Grew a disdain. That sounds like some fucking hating shit. That it has something behind it, man. That's either not his words. I'm not telling you that, oh, he didn't mean to say that or whatever shit. I'm not trying to speak for that brother, but that was some dumb shit. He did that for something. I don't know if Wayne snubbed him or what. I don't know if he met him somewhere and he didn't give him the time of day or some shit, and he was just like, well, fuck this motherfucker. I don't know, but that shit is crazy. Rebirth, platinum. I Am Not a Human Being, 2 times platinum. The Carter 4, 5 times platinum. Not a Human Being 2, which I really didn't like that out. 2 times platinum. This is stuff that I don't know how the metric goes for like views or listens and stuff now compared to actual bought physical media. The Russell can't keep up. What the hell is he talking about? His album, The Funeral, got 38,000 the first week. It don't say how much he got, how much total, but 38,000 the first week. Can Russell make that listening in his next album is people gonna hold their attention to his shit. There's 38,000 people gonna do that. It's possible because now he has that's backing him. But I guarantee you ain't nobody gonna stick around like people stick around for whatever Wayne was coming up with. Whatever the next Wayne thing is. And as shit as much as people got dog walked his last album, which I need to go back and listen to that one. As much as people dog back, he's 42 years old. He ain't been keeping up with his health, but let him get cleaned up and shit. Hopefully this is a battery pack on him to come back and be the old Wayne. And unfortunately, a lot of people ain't gonna stand on business and support it, because just talking shit is the norm, and the negative shit always drowns out the positive. So he's just in a different time. Wayne don't have to do shit, and honestly, Wayne don't even have to have nothing to prove for this nigga. It's crazy. Nobody would know who Drake was in the mainstream of things. If you ask him, he probably say I would have made it regardless of what. But Wayne saw that shit. Nicki Minaj goof ass and shit nowadays. Nobody ain't checking for no Nicki Minaj and stuff right now, but back in the day, she was that bitch. How much time I got, man? This is crazy. And then mind blown, right? I just told you the albums. He has platinum mixtapes, bro. Shit that's just on the cutting room floor, B-sides, things of that nature and stuff. Ain't nobody checking for no Russell B-sides. Disdain. Opinions is opinions, man. I get it, but this nigga goofy as hell. And I called him out his name multiple times. Oh man, this dude is stupid. Drought 2, prefix, the suffix, the dedication 2 and 3. What are you talking about? No ceilings? And now I'm really mostly talking about these other motherfuckers. What has he done? Wayne couldn't wipe his ass. Nobody can wipe his ass on La Russell's discography because it ain't even long enough in comparison to Wayne's. Wayne ain't got to do shit. I'm gonna just leave it at that. So we get to this thing where now, whether you do something now and it flops, it just discredit everything that you've done. Wayne made a career, regardless of if he never makes a solid fucking album ever again. If he even needs to. The amount of discredit that he gets and shit is nuts. I don't know about his personal stuff. He hard to work with or whatever and shit. I don't know why he can't get on with Juvie and Manny and shit. His weird shit that he had going on with Baby. I'm looking at him as the artist and what he did and the longevity that he did it. Fucking Jay-Z wasn't pushing shit out like that, like Wayne was. He was hungry. And you saw rappers alter how they did things and stuff because of Wayne. Motherfucker even made a damn rock album and shit. Not my cup of tea, but that still made numbers. What is this dude talking about? He wasn't talking about nothing. So a lot of people was just listening and not whatever. It's crazy. Because there was a lot of rappers back then that was more conscious rappers that you would think that he would more gravitate to. And they wasn't doing what Wayne was doing. But so I hope what that whole bait that he threw out there, I hope that it comes with what he's looking for, because I don't know, man. I don't know. And whenever Russell decides to come out with this new album, it better do numbers. And not necessarily just do numbers and stuff. It better be a good piece of hip hop, a great piece of music. It has to, I don't know. That dude tripping, man. That kid tripping. And mind y'all, I'm not very articulate when it comes to this stuff. I talk with passion, and we throw that all out on the floor. We ain't got time for all that. Not here. So, but shout out to Wayne, man. Y'all stop fucking with Wayne. Y'all been doing that for the past 2 years and shit, for whatever reason. He's never going to be what he was, but that don't mean that you discredit what he did. And he did it for a long time. If you look at the years and shit, you talking about all the way from 98 and maybe even further down than that. But his surgeons, and then y'all, the funny part is that if something happened to him right now, if he passed right now, then everybody would be glorifying him and shit and saying, oh, he did this, he did that. Appreciate him while he's still here, man. All y'all goof ass motherfuckers that I have to do is go on Spotify or go on whatever. I use Amazon, but whatever music streaming app that y'all use, I guarantee you that his discography is on there. They really need to. Where's that Piff at, man? Yeah, that Piff should have an app that works just like Spotify, man, because it's so much music that is just gone because that Piff just closed down, man. I know it's probably somebody that gathered all those mixtapes and stuff because it was a lot. No name people that is big now. I found Kendrick Lamar from that Piff, J-Rock and them, Nipsey, bring that Piff back. They'll probably fuck it up, so it don't matter. Just I got a shit ton of mixtapes, y'all. Preservation, because guarantee you, this new nigga Lil Russell ain't gonna make shit worth substance. Why he talking about Wayne shit? He may make some shit that got some bangers on it, but it ain't gonna be. You're not gonna remember it. Guarantee it. They're gonna go on to the next thing, and then the motherfucker gonna act like he didn't say that shit. Or he's going to keep on being asked about it and then get tired of it and then regret that he said it. So what did you really get out of this, Loris? What you get out of it? On the podcast with my name in your mouth. That's the first thing I thought of and shit. I'm like, motherfucker, that's one of your damn verses. You did the same damn thing. Contradiction. I went on this way too long. I'm about to cut some of this shit out. No ceilings, man. No. This dude crazy, man. You could throw a fucking various disc at these goofy ass young motherfuckers' face, Wayne shit, and they gonna get some classic shit on every goddamn album, man. Every album. What are they talking about? What has Wayne done? Y'all some goofy ass motherfuckers. All right, State of Play happened on February 12th, and I watched it live. And a lot of stuff at the time, I guess I gave it some time to let it seep in, let me gather my thoughts of what I actually felt about the State of Play. Those State of Plays are cool. I wish that a lot more of those would come out. If they did one once a month, that'd be cool. But I know they don't do it. They don't do it like that. They wait until they get more news from devs and stuff. But it's like, it's games that come out, hundreds of games that comes out every week, if you were being honest. A lot of them fall between the cracks and they don't get noticed until later or things of that nature. For people like me that don't check video game news all the time, and at this time, we're not going to talk about the whole Blue Point thing. We're not going to talk about Sarah Bond and them stepping down from Xbox, because a lot of more knowledgeable people go to Unnecessary Rambling. Brandon, he got that shit on lock. I don't care much about that stuff. I know that sounds kind of fucked up, but I don't care. I just want the games. That's my forte. If you're making some good ass games, I don't care what you are, AAA, -2. I don't -2. What the hell? Well, I don't care. I just want a good game so I can play it and then talk about it. If it really excited me or not. I just want the enjoyment of games. So all that other shit which 9 times out of 10, a lot of people, they're giving you their opinions and they're just talking out of their ass for one, and then they're just dogpiling on it for views. So you get tired of hearing that shit. So I'm not, that don't affect me one way or the other, because I always feel like there's something to play. So that's with that. But Sony came out swinging at the State of Play. It was not every announcement was like for me, but it won't be. They talked about God of War. We'll put that to the side for a minute, but we'll talk about a couple of highlights about it. That was something that I was interested in. And they talked about the Metal Gear Solid 4 finally coming on PS5. I think that one is a big deal because it was long requested, and I don't know if it was a hard time emulating that one and it not being able to dub over properly on the PS4. I don't understand how it's not, given the technology, but I'm really ignorant about simulation as a whole anyway. I don't I know it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that you have to do to get these games right. So hopefully it drops on there, it drops and it plays smooth. I played Metal Gear Solid 4 day one. I remember playing it day one. I remember getting it because I thought it was going to be like Snake Eater. Snake Eater was one of my favorite Metal Gears of all time. And I remember putting it in and starting it and thinking, what the fuck is going on? Because it does that. It's almost like 30 minutes long of commercial, and I can't remember, but I remember my younger self didn't have the patience for it. I'm like, this is stupid as fuck. What the hell are they doing? And then I just end up playing something else and shit. I think I also played Heavy Rain bought Heavy Rain at the same time as something like that, and really got into Heavy Rain. Well, maybe that was who knows? I don't know. But it was it definitely didn't. I popped it in and I was like, I don't want no part of this. And I didn't, and I never went back to it. Don't even own Metal Gear Solid 4 in my collection. I don't even own it because I had a bad first experience with Metal Gear Solid 4. So I am going to give it another chance though, now that I'm more knowing of this title. I know that this one, it was just different, and you're going to get some weird shit anyway from Metal Gear Solid games. So we'll definitely be going back to this one. Hopefully they can clean up a lot of things and it really looks nice. So that will be cool. Metal Gear Solid finally escaping the PS3. So other than that, they had a lot of the indie games. Those look strong. Y'all favorite hate recently, the live service stuff, it was was very minimal. So I'm guessing that was refreshing for a lot of folks and stuff. I don't fuck with those type of games anyway. Probably the only live service game I play at the moment is Fall Guys. I'll pop that on my son's PlayStation 4, and I'll play that shit every now and again. That shit to me is fun, but I never feel inclined to buy extra shit from that stuff. I take my little basic ass, whatever the hell that thing is, a little jelly bean looking thing. I think I'll put some color to it and we go down the damn hill and shit. I don't need no Thor skins or a jersey for the damn thing. I don't need that stuff. And they really get you. They get people for doing that type of stuff, but it's not for me. So if it's not for you anyway, then why bother? Why are y'all asking for these devs and shit for their jobs and shit for doing something that they were just put on to do? Some of them, man, had no choice, and y'all just want everything to go straight to shit. It obviously had to be some data somewhere, because they go by data when it comes to what's popping or what's trending. And it had to be some data somewhere that in their mind, they felt like live service games is the future. Something had to go well, but it's another topic that I'm going to put on another video, because this one will be long and drawn out, about how people watch video game gameplays more so than playing them. That is I saw the numbers for that, and it's crazy. It's nuts that more people are watching other people play games than actual playing games themselves. So that tells me that you all watching somebody that's playing all these live service games, and that's where they're getting that data from. So they're like, oh, they want more of this, because they're watching YouTube streamers or whatever playing these damn games. They're watching them. The ones that y'all hate so damn much, y'all watching other people play them. So that's where the data is coming from. So what are they going to do? Whether it's whoever brain is, whether it's a computer or actual person, they looking at this shit and they say, oh, they want more of this. Y'all not watching a lot of people play hack and slash shit. It's live service stuff. So when y'all mad about why we ain't not getting this, why we not getting that, and why we keep on getting live service stuff, it's because they're getting that data from somewhere, man. So you can act like it's not the gamer or whatever, or the consumer or whatever it is, and you think it's more so these big wigs and stuff. They are ignorant to it once they seeing all the pushback. But when they had this stuff in development because of the data that they got prior, they ain't gonna stop. it's some of them, they ended up ending a lot of these live service games and shit because they was like, oh shit, they really don't want that. But a lot of them was already in progress, so they're gonna push it out there. And then you get some that does well, so you got to be lucky with that. What was like that art game or whatever? I don't know. But a lot of y'all so-called gamers and shit like to blame everybody but yourselves. I'm gonna be honest. And then we had some notable games that they talked about that kind of piqued your uncle intrigue. They talked about this Castlevania, the Belmont Curse. It was a brand new Castlevania, which they've been pining for a new Castlevania game for a long time. That's why those Bloodstained games was so popular a couple of years back, is that people have been really looking for that Castlevania itch to scratch the gamers. So it's pretty cool that they bringing out a new one. That is cool. The Belmont's Curse. Then we had another Silent Hill. Man, they dropping these Silent Hill games. It ain't shit. They had the Silent Hill F. Was it? There's recently that was like a more of a action type of Silent Hill. I haven't tried out that. I looked at it and I was waiting for that one to go down on price, and that one is not budging so far as a physical for the PlayStation 5. It's still up in the 50s. So that goes down a little bit. I'm gonna hit that. I got a lot of stuff on the backlog, so won't be looking for buying that one anytime soon. Silent Hill Downfall. This one looks pretty legit, pretty dope. It's more of a first person Silent Hill, and I think they're in New Orleans or something like that, or maybe it's somewhere similar. But they got a black protagonist that I thought that was cool. So might not do well with the other nerds and stuff, but I'll definitely support it. I will be checking this one out. I don't know, not necessarily day one, but it's definitely looks like a game that I want to check out. Almost a South of Midnight vibe to it also. They, like I said, kind of a down south New Orleans type of vibe to it. Really want to check that one out. They had the Legacy of Kain remastered games coming out. Didn't realize how big of a market Legacy of Kain games were. I remember playing those on the PlayStation, the original PlayStation. I remember playing the first one, and I was like, I don't like this. And I know they did those remasters for the first, maybe it's the first two or whatever. They call them fan favorites. I definitely didn't see that. That was definitely one of those games that I remember renting from Blockbuster, and I played the first couple of hours of it, and I was like, this definitely isn't for me. So that's a thing. They got a new John Wick game. The gameplay looks cool, but I guess according to a lot of other people, that this developer is not trustworthy when it comes to that type of game. I guess it don't look like it can, they won't get the John Wick vibe to it right. So I don't know, we'll see. They showed the 007, which I've seen that before. There's a lot of pushback already that people are saying that it's basically Nathan Drake cosplaying as James Bond. I don't see it that way. I just see it as looks like a younger James Bond. And I don't know where they getting, a lot of people, I have throw this damn nerd logic out there, but lore is about 007 is that it's different ones. It's never the same guy. And I'm not talking about actor or whatever, but if you go by the history of it all, is that they're all, yes, named James Bond, but that's the moniker that, you know, that's not necessarily their name, but they are the new 007. And so you can have, they rotate and have different 007s. One dies or one retires or whatever, and then they put another person in there. So I don't look at this as a prequel or anything like that. I just look as another James Bond that's younger, and he is next one up. So I don't know if it's anything like Bloodstone. Man, I love Bloodstone. I've been playing with Russia, From Russia with Love. That's a great one. Those third person 007s are usually good, so I don't think that this one won't be any different. I love third person action games, so I will definitely be checking that one out. Then they showed a new Kenna. I have the first one, and by looking at it, you wouldn't even know that game is hard as shit. That game is so fucking difficult, and it's like it's a difficult spike. You go through the game for like 2.5 hours, and you're just enjoying it, and it's at the moderate type of difficulty, and everything's good, and then it hits, and you just dying every few minutes, and then they do the thing where you got to get sent back, and then you got to go through the whole cinematic of boss level or something like that, and it's terrible. And I hate getting sent back far away especially in modern games. Don't do that shit to me. Don't do it. I hate it. That if you want to turn me off to your game and shit, it's that. And so it's coming back. That game, it looks like people say, it looks like a Pixar movie that is in game form, and it always looks good. And I don't think they have the little black gremlin things that was in the first game. They kind of graduated to that. I wonder why they took that out. I didn't see any of them in the trailer. So I don't know, it looks good. Definitely one of those ones that I'll have to wait to see a review or see more gameplay for me to buy in. And I probably should get to the first one again and give it another go. And we'll do that. But Scars of Cosmora. So then we talked about the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 2, where it will be the Metal Gear Solid 4 along with Peace Walker games or game. So Peace Walker is, I think, the PSP games, and I think it was a couple of them. So I don't know if they're just going to put one out there or whatever, but the biggest draw was the Metal Gear Solid 4 game, and it's not going to be a remake. It might be a little bit of a remaster. They'll cute it up a little bit, clear up a lot of shit from how it looked, maybe fix the controls a little bit on it. So definitely will be checking it out again. I hate how that game starts. It was so out of left field, but that's kind of how Kojima games are. Everything's out of left field with those games, man. They're all over the place. But I've heard that Metal Gear Solid 4 had a pretty tight story. If you stick out with it, I think it had more story than action. So my thing is Metal Gear Rising. I wish this had Metal Gear Rising in it. I love that game. Enjoyed that game. I back in the day, I think I beat that game 3 different times. Twice on Xbox 360, once on PS3. And I even have the overseas version, collector's version of Metal Gear Rising. And I don't think I'm ever going to open that. That thing is sealed, and that's one that I will not get rid of or won't sell no matter what. So looking forward to what they do with Metal Gear Solid 4. We'll be checking that one out soon. So you might be getting some gameplay of that in the foreseeable future. And then we'll check out Peace Walker. It is what it is. I do like the PSP and certain games, so we'll definitely check that out also. So then the big thing for me was they showed the Santa Monica logo, and I was like, oh shit, here we go. What are they going to do with God of War? Because it seems like that's only what Santa Monica works on nowadays. They're pretty much just dialed into God of War, and that's it. And we saw our boy, Mr. Kyle Barker himself. Mr. Kyle, smooth, sophisticated king, Kyle Barker, TC Carson showed up, and big smile on my face, man. Big smile on my face. I feel like this is almost like a Lil Wayne thing, man. They never gave TC Carson his flowers for being the man behind the OG Kratos. Now, shout out to Judge. He got his vibe of his, and that's what makes both of them great, because they're both took Kratos into different eras, and you can get like young Kratos and then more old grizzled Kratos, and they mesh well. And it's cool that Chris Judge and TC are real tight. And what it seems like over the years, I've seen a couple of their videos where they've been questioned and they did some things together. And it just seems like they're really tight. Judge always pay respect to TC Carson. And you're seeing a lot more of people now showing their love for TC because he wasn't getting that back in the day. He wasn't. It took me when I played God of War 3, and after you beat it, they do a whole behind the scenes thing because I love that game so much. I wanted to ingest anything that was God of War 3, and they had on the back end, they had a behind the scenes video, and it showed that he was the voice of it. And I never knew that. And we're talking about 3 games deep in. And I played the first and the second one and did not know that. And ever since then, because we was always, like me and my sister and my mom, we love living single. And you've seen TC in other movies, but he was mostly known for his Kyle Barker character from Living Single. And to see that he was the voice of somebody that was really iconic for PlayStation in those early years and going to like the PS3 era, that always resonated with me. I always thought that was really cool that he did the voice work for that. But along down the line and stuff, especially when they started to revamp the God of War series, it just seemed like he was just fell to the wayside. Nobody really talked about him. And so I'm really glad that they gave him his love and stuff. Give these greats their flowers while they're here. And so he was there and they did a whole video about, well, it wasn't full reveal. He basically said that the first War 1, God of War 2, God of War 3 will be coming back as a remaster. And they didn't show anything about it. They said it's in development. So with the whole Blue Point thing, I really don't know. I hope that this ain't dead in the water. I really don't. I really hope that while Carson's still alive, while he's still around, being able to redo his character work, I hope that they are able to push this within the next year. That's crazy that it's going to be all 3. I don't know if they're going to do those together or separately, and not sure if it's going to be like your action, the top-down action, like the first 3, or it's going to be more of how we see the third-person type. If they're going to redo it that way, I don't know, but I trust that they're going to get it together, and they're going to these games are going to look awesome, and they're going to play well. And if not, playing them and the original way that they're played is just as good. I got the remaster. Is it like the remaster or third one anyway that came out for PS4? I already got that one, but all those games are still good and still they age perfectly. So I imagine they're gonna work on those. Man, get him back in the booth, add some more stuff to it. Don't take out shit. Don't try to PC this stuff up for the sensitive motherfuckers for nowadays. Make it more gruesome because that's what made those games. That just the identity of it. It had a lot of character to it. It had a lot of action. They were fun to play, especially the third one. I really love that game. That game alone had one of the best intros ever, starts of a game. They throw you right into it, and that is still fun to this day. So really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to some more TC Carson. And they had a game that just dropped. Now this was a super prequel. It's some work that was done with TC Carson. I think he's doing some voiceover type of stuff, and it's like real young Kratos. And when it comes to that, it seems like it's a Metroidvania. I'm really not into that genre. So I'm going to check it out, though. I'm going to check it out. I definitely don't want to. This will be maybe a March gameplay. So be looking for that. So I won't give my opinion on it right now. Until then, I really haven't heard any people talking about it. If it was in the negative and stuff, definitely it would have came down. It would have been in my ecosystem. So I don't know if it's bad. I don't know if it's good. I'll definitely will be checking that one out soon. And so then while we're talking about God of War and the God of War franchise, it was one little thing that was talked that was brought up from Christopher Judge at a fan expo appearance. And I don't know how long ago this was, but I saw it and then I wanted to talk about it, which I thought was pretty cool, is that somebody asked him, when are we going to hear some more news about next thing that Santa Monica is doing? And he said, you guys hear about what we're doing late summer. So that could be a multiple amount of things, but I guess a lot of people reported on it that, so this was legit. This ain't pretty much, this not a rumor. So it don't confirm that it was God of War. He didn't say the words God of War. He didn't say it was a new game. He didn't say it was a sequel. He just said it was a project from Santa Monica that they were working on, and they will talk about it in the summer. So it could be a lot of things. It could be something else that they're working on, and he's just voicing that or whatever, or producing it or whatever. So I feel like it's going to be another God of War game. I feel like it's going to be maybe something that don't fully involve Kratos and more of just his son. We don't know, but definitely heard about that and I was intrigued. I know a lot of people want to hear what's the next thing. I don't know if a lot of people were bummed out because they were so vague on the God of War stuff, the remakes, but Judge is not involved with the remake stuff, and TC is. So that tells me that he's got his own thing that's going on, and that they'll talk about it more in the summer. So what comes out in the Summer Game Fest, Evo, they got that stuff going on. So whatever he's teasing is not the remake project, so he has no involvement in that. So this could be new God of War in general. So you would think that they'd had 3 mainline 1, 2, and 3 God of Wars. They had PSP games in between, and then they had the God of War Origins. I swear I can't remember the damn name of that game. Damn it to life. Fuck me. I can't remember the name of that damn game. But they had 3. So it's probably no shocker that it'll be a 3rd God of War. That would be my take on it. But Judge comments seem real, but until Sony Santa Monica Studios officially announced something, all we can say for sure is that he's involved in the new project. And we'll probably hear about it late summer. Look, if Kratos himself is saying late summer, I'm clearing my schedule. Santa Monica Studio they don't tease for no reason. They don't. So I would say you will hear more about it in the summertime. I don't know, beginning summer, late summer, you'll hear something else about it. God of War Trilogy Remake is officially in development. That is going to be cool. TC is coming back. That makes me very happy. It's in early development, unfortunately. So, man, I really hope we don't have to wait 2 to 3 years for for this trilogy remake. I really don't. I hope next year at the most. I know it probably won't be 2026, given that it sounds like this just got the red light. And as long as TC is at the helm, I was probably all for it without him, but I'm just glad that they're not going to phone it in and patch up old voice work onto a new look of this game. They really got him going in there and redoing the voice work over, so that makes me happy. Did I say 2014 for the God of War a long time ago? It's 2018 when that came out. My bad if I said that. But unannounced AAA project. We don't know much about it. We just know it's not a new IP, but it's going to feel like one. That's interesting. What else has Santa Monica done? So they did The Order, 1886, and for whatever reason, y'all hated on that. I'll see Judge working on Everybody's Golf here anytime soon. So it has to be God of War, man. It has to be. God of War Ascension. That's what it was. Ascension. I don't even... Ascension. God of War Ascension. That's what it is. For the life of me, I could not remember now. I kept on wanting to say Origins. That's like Assassin's Creed shit. And they had the Sons of... Oh, and then the Sons of Sparta is what just dropped. Right. That's the Metroidvania looking one. They did Twisted Metal Black. I did not know that. The Con on PSP. I've played that. They did that. Well, they was involved somehow. They wasn't fully... Okay. So what? Could it be a new Twisted Metal game? So that would be their external development. For the majority of the time, they spent working on God of War games. So I don't see, unless they taken over and fully doing a new Twisted Metal game, I think that would be cool. But people outside of just for me being excited to see something like that will probably shit on that, and they want God of War. They want Santa Monica to do nothing, but then there'll be the same people when they'll give you news for the new God of War. They'll be like, oh, well, they don't never do anything different. Well, you can't have it your way. They always knock it out of the park. I really, from what I played of Ascension, I enjoyed that. I know it was kind of a step back comparison to God of War 3, but it was still decent. It was definitely playable. God of War being the 2018 God of War being probably one of the best stories that I played in a long time. That was really good. And then you got God of War 3. That's one of my favorite video games of all time in general. So they'll get it together. They definitely would get it together. I trust Santa Monica to do their thing. Am I worried because these video game developers are dropping like flies nowadays? I think that they are secure. You hope that Alan Becker doesn't fire a shit ton of people, because you need as many people as you can to help develop whatever this new thing is, and to get the ball rolling on the trilogy remasters. So very excited. Or they can have everybody be doing the next Fat Princess and everybody's all hands on deck with the next Fat Princess game, which that will maybe disappoint me myself. I really will be bummed if they's trying to give you secrets. They're being real cryptic, and they talking about, oh, just wait this summer, you guys, you're gonna get it. And then it's Fat Princess. You know, what the hell, Chris? What the hell are you talking about right now? But so fun, definitely going to be exciting. Can't wait. All right, so this was a little bit of a short one. I wanted to get into the whole difference of that read. I ended up reading that and learning more about how data has shown that people are watching more video game being played than actually playing them. And I don't want to give it all away, but that won't be a podcast thing. That's probably just going to be an outright video. So this one is going to be, I went over on the whole Lil Wayne talk, man. I really hate that type of disrespect. Wayne ain't the GOAT, but he's one of them. And I respect work ethic more than anything. When somebody is really out there doing their thing, I definitely respect it. I am feeding the streets and feeding out content. I always got to give people their props. I've told that to many of YouTubers that I appreciate the content that is given. A lot of people don't say that stuff. A lot of people don't put that out there. And looking at it, and my perspective, if somebody said that to me and that they appreciated like the content and the amount of consistency that comes with it, and somebody acknowledged that would definitely make me feel good, because you want that little bit of validation. That's some validation. That's some good sort of validation that you want. Having your hard work being acknowledged by, even if it's just one person. So the fact that everybody can poo-poo and shit over what Wayne did through all those years, just because this shit ain't hidden nowadays. And the Russell shit that the shit that just came out of that kid's mouth is just, it's absurd. It's really absurd. And so LaRussell's gonna need more than just the battery pack of Rock Nation for him to have the longevity career that Lil Wayne did, man. Stop, don't do that shit. Don't be one of them. You be in your own lane. Don't be, oh, I'm the dude that hated because your career couldn't sniff the opposition, man. It's crazy. Don't do that. So, all right, this is once I edit this, it should be under an hour. I'm hoping this ain't gonna be 2 hours long, but we will see. For my subscribers, man, make sure that you guys are hitting that notification button to make sure that y'all see when I drop videos. I try to say that through every video. I don't get a chance to say it enough. I put it on post. Just we have to do this stuff together. If you guys come to me and say, oh, I didn't see that you dropped anything and you miss it, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm putting that out there so you guys don't miss things. And we're just going by it as it goes, man. I'm filtered. I'm very raw with my when it comes to doing this voiceover things, these talking things. Not really scripted on anything. I'm kind of just talking off the cuff. I got a little couple of beats that I go to, and we go from there. But most of it is just it's raw and uncut. And so if that's your cup of tea, and you get some jumbled thoughts from your uncle OWS, hey, that's what the uncle was for, man, is to just say some off the wall shit and keep it moving. But it's always, hopefully it's always entertaining. So, all right, catch y'all on the next one. Look out for more videos. I'm on OWS The King Gaming, your hub for casual gaming. What are games that you're looking forward to? That was in the state of play. What games are you looking forward to soon? As we're on, as of this podcast, Resident Evil 9 is coming out in the next couple of days. Excited for that. Definitely won't be getting that one day one though. When I said I'm focusing on my backlog, I meant it. So you guys, we probably won't see a Resident Evil 9 gameplay from me until next year, maybe. So we will see. Unless, because it's not a FOMO thing. It's definitely not a FOMO thing, but it is that Leon gameplay. It feels like Resident Evil remake, and I love that. But not too keen on the Ashcroft segments, man. The stealth and stuff is just not my bag. So that's definitely one that I'm just like, I'm probably gonna let y'all have that and then try it out later. I'm definitely not into the whole hide and stealth type of thing when it comes to those type of games. But all right, catch y'all on the next one. Comment, subscribe, be safe out there. See you on the next one. Peace.